His rash was pretty severe in every crevice, all the joints areas around the body.
Absolutely, yes.
And how old was he when you first started to know this rash?
Probably 6 months or maybe 4 to 6 months. It was pretty early on that the eczema and rashes and stuff started to really show up. I diagnosed as eczema, bright red. It would weep sometimes as it was in the summertime. It would get worse, so it would get bright red and start to weep and ooze a little bit, and it created a lot of itching and irritation for him for sure.
He was scratching around his body.
Oh yeah,
Did it keep him up at night?
yeah. Actually, it did. It would wake him up for sure. My ideal path for sure, giving steroids to a 1-year-old wasn't something I wanted to do.
And so at this point, his rash is reduced by what percentage overall around the whole body?
I'd say at least 90%, if not more.
And his itching, has that decreased as well?
It doesn't itch anymore.
Not at all. And right now we're in
It's
June.
not causing any discomfort. You can't even see it. You wouldn't even know that he had, but he
And
was
last
dealing with
summer
it.
he was scratching and the oozing and it got really inflamed and he would scratch it and he would not be happy.
Yes.
And this summer now, with the relief, he's not scratching in the summertime outdoors by the pool.
Yep, no issues at all.
We're pretty happy about it.
Very happy.
His mother's happy.
She's very pleased.
Yeah, thank you. Hello there, my name is Dr. Lonnie Herman, and you just watched some amazing testimonial from Mr. Pletz about his son, Dash Pletz, who was maybe like a little more than a year old when I saw him, and his skin rash covered major parts of his body, on his neck and behind his ears, and all the crevices in the arms, underarms, elbows, knees, and ankles and toes, and you heard him talk about how it was worse in the summertime and oozing and itching, and it was very difficult. I actually found in my examination of him, of his son, that there was staph infection. There was, looking at notes, sorry about that, looking away from the camera there, but staph infection, viral infection. I found viral infection in his blood. I found viral infection in the small intestine. I found staph infection in his stem cells, embryonic stem cells that still exist in the body as a human being. I found that he had a reaction to a certain, let's just say a medication that causes stress in his pancreas. We had to get that chemical out of the pancreas. I found staph infection on his skin. I found that he had staph infection in the glands in the face that make the saliva. We provided him safe and effective remedies using frequencies embedded in water, that when you take the remedy, the idea is that the frequency of the staph matches the frequency of the staph in the body, and it causes the staph to just leave that organ and come out of the body through the skin or through peeing it out or pooping it out. The organism left the body. Again, he tried the steroids. They tried the medication. It didn't work. And they tried to just pray about it. Maybe that led them to my clinic to be able to help their son get better. He doesn't have the rash anymore, this little boy. He's more than 90% better. He doesn't even have the oozing, he doesn't have the itching, he's not scratching, he's in the hot sun. It's not happening anymore because we got rid of the causes. You have to get rid of the root causes from the specific cells in the organs and the tissues of the body where these infections exist, to get rid of, and toxins even, that where these infections and toxins exist. We have to go with precision and get those infections and toxins out of those organs, out of those tissues, to find relief from skin conditions like eczema, whether it's a boy or a girl, younger or older, from anywhere in the world. We're able to get relief when we can find those specific disease-causing agents in the body, and with precision, frequency-based remedies, obliterate them, neutralize them without medication, without steroids, without anything else, obliterate them. And there can even be a rash that happens from a certain food. Maybe you have an allergy, or your child has an allergy from dairy or from corn or from wheat or from eggs or from egg yolk or from sugar or from breast milk. I mean, we're able to figure this out because these allergies or sensitivities to these different foods, sometimes to lotions, sometimes to fragrances. I developed a system where I'm able to find from any environmental stimulus that's causing a stress to a person, whether it's from a food, from something you're drinking, from something, a cream, like I just said, from a fragrance. when we can find these different germs that existed in the person's body or exist at that time of the exam and neutralize them with these remedies, guess what? No more food allergy, no more allergy to a fragrance, no more allergy or sensitive reaction to a cream or a makeup or a lotion that you were putting on your body. We're able to find those germs in the body and eradicate them safely and effectively and naturally on a quantum level. And then the sensitivity to those environmental stimuli, foods, and so on, they disappear. They disappear. I look forward to helping you too. Download my book, The Ultimate Guide to Healing Chronic Skin Rashes. I'll show you that right now. Here's my book. Download this book on Amazon. And there's multiple different cases that I presented in my book where I show you people with horrible rashes that they lived with for months or years where they were eradicated. The rash was eradicated with this work that I offer. I look forward to helping you too. You can also learn more by going to my website where I have a free training called nomorerash.com. That's nomorerash.com. I look forward to helping you too. Hello, I'm Dr. Herman. I'm with a patient's father. This is Mr. Pletz, and his son, Dash, who's about a year and a half old, right?
Just over a year now.
And we started in January of 2025. His rash was pretty severe in every crevice, all the joints areas around the body.
Absolutely, yes.
And how old was he when you first started to know this rash?
Probably 6 months or maybe 4 to 6 months. It was pretty early on that the eczema and rashes and stuff started to really show up. I diagnosed as eczema, bright red. It would weep sometimes as it was in the summertime. It would get worse, so it would get bright red and start to weep and ooze a little bit, and it created a lot of itching and irritation for him for sure.
He was scratching around his body.
Oh yeah.
Did it keep him up at night?
Yeah, actually it did. It would wake him up for sure.
And what type of intervention before you came to me did you try?
We used a cortisone, like a steroid cream there, just to give him some kind of relief. Wasn't my ideal path for sure. Giving steroids to a 1-year-old wasn't something I wanted to do, but I also needed to give him some relief.
Yeah, and that the steroid was something that was it a dermatologist or just a pediatrician?
We went to a dermatologist. Yeah.
And that's what the dermatologist recommended was a steroid.
Yes.
Yeah. And so you noticed a reduction in his irritation, but the rash never really went away.
No, it improved, but it was always there.
And
like I said, I didn't want to keep him on a steroid. Yeah, I'm not prone of giving a 1-year-old steroid and stuff. Yeah. So I was going to do it to just give him a quick relief, and then we'd get him off it is really what our game plan was.
Yeah. And then so we started, and I'll go over the findings with your permission of the kinds of infections from my viewpoint of what we see. And,
yeah, sure.
And so thank you. And so we found what we found in these remote exams that we did about your son, provided you these very effective remedies that are natural. There's no steroids involved, no drugs involved at all. It was very easy to dispense to him.
Yes.
Yeah. And so
he actually looked forward to it.
He looked forward to it, really. That's great.
He thought it was candy every time I brought the dropper out.
Yeah. And so at this point, his rash is reduced by what percentage overall around the whole body?
I'd say at least 90%, if not more.
If 90% or not more. And that was, and pretty quickly, it's like you could see day to day or week to week, it was just started to decrease pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah. And his itching, has that decreased as well?
It doesn't itch anymore.
Not at all. And right now
it's not causing any discomfort.
And so we're in mid-June, hot summertime. So last summer, what happened to him compared to this summer, if you can compare the two?
Yeah, last summer when it got hot, humid, and sweating and everything, all the crevices and stuff that would capture that sweat and heat would just make it flare up. It'd get bright red, and it was visibly to see when we were at the pool. You could see the eczema all over mostly his legs, but some on his elbows and arms.
And compared to now this summer, this June, after
if you're
100% relieved and you're in the summertime and you follow the protocol from me?
If you're not up there close and looking for it, there's a little bit of a bare minimum left. You can't even see it. You wouldn't even know that he had. But
and last summer he was scratching and the oozing and it got really inflamed and he would scratch it and he would not be happy.
Yes.
And this summer now with the relief, he's not scratching in the summertime outdoors by the pool.
Yep, no issues at all.
We're pretty happy about it.
Very happy.
His mother's happy.
She's very pleased.
Yeah, thank you.